All right, Chris B here with Lunge and Lures. We're at the 2017 Chicago Musky Expo. I got my good friend and buddy here, Scott Donovan from Shawnee Expeditions, hanging out in our old stomping grounds.
Getting excited. This show is huge. Lunge and Lures booth looks top notch, and I think we just want to do a little talk about one of the new baits that we have in the lineup this year, the Nutbuster Jr Marabou, top notch bait.
We've been playing around with the juniors for a while. That was one of the baits that we first made. We were messing with the spinnerbait, so I wanted a downsized spinnerbait. I love the tandems; they work great on Kincaid.
Incredible.
That's no secret.
Incredible.
Any
southern reservoir.
Any southern reservoir, yeah. But we wanted a downside version for like the spring and the early fall when those fish weren't chasing the big baits. So our Nutbuster Jr series did really well. We did well with the Marabou last year, so we decided to kind of merge the two together, and we came out with some Marabou Nutbuster Juniors. What's really unique about these baits is we run Kalin's grubs on the juniors. I know, Scott, you don't like to use the grubs, do you?
Well, on the Nutbuster Juniors, I don't run the Kalin grubs too, because I find a lot of times when they're short nipping, I can get them just hitting on that silicone. But I know when times get a little bit tough, I go with the twister tail. So just kind of reading the fish day in, day out.
I run a twister tail the whole time. Yeah, that's just how I am. I mean, it's
each angler's a little different.
Yeah, I like running a grub. But what's cool about these is the hack on the back. These actually have a stinger hook that's built right in, because with this hackle in the water, I mean, it almost looks like a grub itself.
It dances.
Yeah, it dances well. So I know you like to run both the double Colorado and the standard. I think
I do a little bit something different. I think with the Colorado blades, a lot of guys know that the Colorado blades have more lift, so you're going to run them higher above the weeds, shallower. You know, the fish are up on the flats. I sometimes switch it up with the Colorado, get a little bit of thump, but I'll run it deeper down the creek channel. During the Musky Road Rules Clinic that Lunge and Lures is sponsorships, that's something I'm going to talk about tomorrow. But what I like about the deep Colorados is it gets that thump, get fish going. And then with the willow blade, I'll burn them up high and almost bulge them across the shallows. Willow blades are typically designed to have less resistance, so they will run deeper, but it all comes in the gear of your reel and really kind of adapting to what's going on each day.
What's interesting is I fish them the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So I guess, like you said earlier, to each angler's own. For me personally, I like the double Colorados because, like Scotty mentioned, it has more lift. So if I want to slow roll above any type of submerged vegetation, I can slow my retreat down with the double Colorados because it's generating more lift. It has twice the surface space. As where if I want to fish it a little bit slower, my willow blades here, they have a little bit less resistance, so they're going to drop down in the water column a little bit more. But to each his own. I mean, I think I personally, I'm going to give it a try running these a little bit deeper, because like you said, if they're creating that thump, by all means, if there's a fish that's sitting a little bit off, they definitely will trigger a bite. So
one of the great things about Lunge and Lures, diversity amongst anglers who come in the booth and talk about these baits. It's one of the things we're going to be available this weekend. Is we're here to talk. You know, these are great baits, but if you have any questions, come out and talk to us. You know.
Yep. Well, Scott, I appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me and talk musky baits.
Thanks,
but
Chris.
if you guys want, we'll have a couple more videos in the lineup. But thanks for listening.